here we are. So, tonight we're going to kill Black Hand. This is a brand new bounty. This is a bad guy who is a friend of Nekron. Nekron is a bad guy who can bring people back from the dead using his evil power ring. It is the most evil of all the evil power rings. So, he's tough. You know, he can throw hands. This is a might build fire tank. I'm just going to start off with some light dancing here. This particular tank has been built to be mobile above pretty much everything else. And it's rule 1 for a reason. But she's got that newfangled magma vortex. I'm starting to like it. As a pull, decent. As a opening attack, especially stacked with stoked flames there. Instant DOT, you know, it helps start off the fire DOT cycle. So, boom. Ow. Man, he's spanking already. So she's built with, as mentioned, mobility in mind. She's got the channeled moves. Fire has a couple of decent channeled moves for high mobility. Absorb heat. That's what's going on right now. Fire blast, fire burst, sorry. And then Shadow Curse, which was the reward for the chapter earlier this year, one of the unlockable special skills. It's pretty good. I wouldn't call it the best new thing that's come along recently, but I would call it solid, like solid entry. And all of the new things kind of do a good job of putting a new twist on an old classic. I haven't really seen anything come out, with maybe the exception of, I'm going to say the Omega Beam is probably the biggest upgrade from a previous move or previous ability, and then the Soul Signature is probably the most unique. The fact that it, like, it does damage, but you can also power it up and have it do more phantom damage, basically, by changing the amount of critical output you have. It's one of the only skills that does that, which is awesome, to be frank. There's not a lot of places that you get that from, so I'm using that on her. I'm using the ability. I'm not using the ability. I'm using the artifact. Sorry. I'm trying to pay attention to multiple things here at the same time, so I don't die. And I'm apparently failing. So, I'm not dead. That's the most important part. So yeah, I think it's going to be a minute until he does any zombies or anything, so we're going to go ahead and use the orbital once just to get it off the cooldown. One of the nice things about this fight, he doesn't have a direct orbital response. He's not like Hydra or some of the other bounties or the raid bosses where, like, World Forger, you do an orbital, I'm going to... He just goes, I got you, fam, and then it's raining fire. That's just not good for anybody's health. So, mobility is the focus. It's also a tank. You have to get some mitigation going on. She can do constant damage this way, and it's fairly high output damage. I'm not sure exactly what her like per second number would be, but it's usually around 300-ish with this build. If I put on things like the Mystic 7 or the old Manacles of Force, it's usually on the lower end, like 227 if she's getting good hits, and less if you're not. You know, and it can get up to around 300 with a lot of her DPS artifacts equipped. The other part of that conversation is you're never going to see that in real combat here. One of the reasons why you want to aim high on the sparring target is you're a tank. You can do certain things, you can do a lot of damage in certain situations, but generally speaking, you're going to be getting smacked in the face a lot, so you may not be able to stick on your feet 100% of the time. The other part, you just want to watch the combat scroll as it goes by. You'll notice when I've got a pet out, significant damage increase. So that's the reason why I stagger my pets instead of using them all at once. Pets allow you to do more damage. Your pets can soak aggro. In some situations, like the pets I have on her, those are my 3 lantern buddies for doing more damage, but you can put the zombie horde on there if you wanted to really confuse the objects. And, you know, they'll do additional tanking for you, things like that. So, wonderful stuff. But that's why we keep cycling the pets and just popping them all at the same time. You know, they've got that constant output, and they don't die in one hit, because normally what would happen is he'll summon those 2... Wow, he's up to 2 now. He doesn't like me. But he'll summon those 2 things, and they'll track you around. If you get hit by one of his stuns, like this shit happens to you. Boom. Alright, there you go, buddy. Just gonna put our stuff back up. But yeah, it kills all your pets when he does that, you know. They tend to follow you around, they follow him around, they do the actions. And certain of the pets, like the Alfred box there, it cares if I move a lot from where I'm at right now, but it doesn't understand the concept of personal space, and it does not give a shit about privacy. So, you know, if it can continue hitting from wherever it's at, great, but if it ends up 2 feet away from him, it doesn't have a sense of self-preservation. It will just sit there and get its ass kicked indefinitely. So, you kind of want to control that by moving. Because you have aggro. At least if you're a tank. Now, the Alpha box acting like what's essentially an anchor comes in handy in other situations too. Like if you're using healers or a controller, you can have the box open. You do the aggro drop. He'll start attacking the box. The box stays in one place. You can move around and whip his ass while the box is getting the snot kicked out of it. Poor box. We love the box. The box is one of our friends. But the box does occasionally, you know, take it to the teeth, you know.
The light blinds me.
It's fine. It happens. Alright, there we go. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, just a couple of opportunities to get a little extra damage there. I think that's one of the reasons that I like the Green Lantern Elite pet most right now. It does a very good job of upping its damage, upping your damage. You can always tell when attacking.
Yes.
Plus, they're a little hardier than some of the old henchmen, so while they're active, they don't die as fast, which is nice. Yeah. As you can see here, Black Hand. We're going to talk about him for a second. He's built more or less on a brawling platform. That means two things. First, he does hit fairly hard, at least for physical attacks and things like that. But he's very predictable, and counter game is very easy with a brawling character if you're trying to just shove it down, you know. The other part of that conversation is all Tamil build. I'm not really bothering with counter game right now. But if you have a counter heavy build, Merry Christmas. Okay, I gotta get away from him. I don't like that guy very much. And this is the other reason we gotta kind of clear out the field here, because eventually we're going to be over here fighting in this corner, and it's going to suck if I'm getting hit by his tracking move, his damage field, and the AoE attack all at the same time. So we want to get rid of these little rocks because that damage field is bad for our health. And right now it's not like, oh, so bad, but it's bad enough, you know. I think that's really it. It's not like it doesn't have to be the worst thing that's ever happened to you for it to still suck. There we go. So we set that on fire, we set that on fire. Ooh, whoa. Ooh. Yeah, you gotta get out of there. Sunday is everywhere. I'm going to call Batman down here for a moment to just kind of help clear the dance floor. We got that hard light shield back up. And we continue setting him on fire. So, as you can see, he's durable. He has the homing attacks. Those are devastating. He has multiple pulls, multiple stuns, multiple AoE attacks. You know, yeah, about the only thing he doesn't have is just a flat single shot kill that will always kill you. And he has enough conditions to manifest a combo single shot that it doesn't matter, you know. You have to pay attention to the battle. Like, this is the third time I've fought him, and I've already died 4 times, so I did it once correctly, and that was it. But yeah, so here he is. He's just whooping. Now, we just ran into one of the drawbacks of the Shadow Curse. In my opinion, one of its only drawbacks. Like, you gotta keep a certain distance, and you can't really go much outside of that distance. I think that's one of the reasons why I built so much mobility into this particular loadout. Oh, now I feel dumb. I shouldn't have done that yet. But yeah, you know, it allows you to continuously reposition and things like that, but you have to keep coming back in. It's kind of like in biz mechanics on the mental or gadgets, or you're familiar with Earth, you gotta keep coming back in, you know. Aside from that, but really good regen. Like, you see, there's the, like, aside from when I die here trying this, you know, I'm not usually in the lower half of my stuff very often right now. But yeah, just fly around, set them on fire, do your thing. As you can see, he's a solid contestant, you know.
The light blinds me.
Like, we've got, all these poles, all this aggro, all this, he summons that damn horn of zombies, Yeah, and I know I didn't pronounce that word correctly, I don't care. Let's try not to die here while I take some of these out so that I can, something unforeseen has happened here. I have aggro. Or they have aggro. Now I have aggro. So, how do you shy the aggro? Single target attacks. If you switch from that guy to a different target during a single target attack, he'll stay taunted for 6 seconds, but if you don't hit him again after that, and something else is hitting him, that's the other part of that conversation. There needs to be a place for that aggression to go. But if something else is hitting him and he's, you haven't hit him recently, there's a chance that you can offload aggro to something else. Now, usually it's better accomplished by abilities. Most controller power sets have an ability that does it. There was a iconic release during the Halloween events, the Scarecrow Smoke Bomb, which I'm a fan. It doesn't answer every question, but it's answering enough of them, Still under review. All right, let's go ahead and get my pet back out here. Healthy box. But yeah, you can see, like, damage fluctuates massively in this area, so. And, most of it's just the fact that there's so much start and stop when you're fighting these kinds of fights, Sometimes you gotta run away and recalibrate, so. He's being blinded by the light. That's a classic of American rock right there.
Yes.
All right. Do that. Ow. Double out. Okay, there we go.
That's all.
Yeah, set these guys on fire. Again? And now that my pets are both on cooldown, that's when I bring in Batman. The other part of that conversation is everybody else is on cooldown right now too, so I'm not going to be able to skip him off the track for aggro right now. He's not going to forget that I'm here to start whooping Batman's ass instead. Like, by the point in time at which I do get him to forget about me, I'm going to need to start hitting him again so that I don't die. Which, if I'm being honest, this is my favorite tank build for one reason. The mitigation is 100% based on the output. Like, anything you get in, that comes from something that is going out. Kind of a single-player version of the old Celestial setup where you used to be able to heal and damage no matter what was going on. You could just keep your combos up to go. They made a Celestial character. I am kind of curious as to how they work. We're not messing with it right now. We're focusing on this right now. He is popping, he is bopping, he is coming, there's no stopping. I do like the magma effect on the outside of her doing the during the active phase of that. So.
Blinds me.
Alright, so
It's all
there we go. Now I'm not doing anything useful.
disgusts me.
But I got rid of that aggro for a moment. Something else that I enjoy about the channeled moves, if you're intelligent in your positioning, you can make some targeting decisions on the fly that you don't have the ability to do with other types of move. You know, like combo abilities, some of them move, some of them don't.
The light blinds me.
That can be nice. I like that a lot. Most single burst attacks are like old school DOTs, like Inferno, I think Winter Tempest, Psychic Prison, Electrocute, things like that all come from, like, there's a area of effect DOT. If you get outside of that area, you stop taking damage, you know. Which, that area is usually pretty big. But, then there's a couple other, like Circle of Power. Water has one, I think it's Tidal, High Tides. I don't know. I have a water character, and I can't tell you how she works.
The light blinds me.
I'd be lying if I said I knew. Yeah. So, DOTs, great. Not mobile. Burst moves, solid single target damage. Something moves out of the way, your target dies, move whips. Channel move, usually multi-hit. Usually pretty decent hits. Most of them require one of two things, like either it's a move that has special conditions,
It's all
power interaction, basically. You know, you need burning, you need freezing, you need crushed, dazed, what have you, in order to make the extra damage happen. Or they are, again, frustratingly, overwhelmingly single target, which makes it kind of difficult to build a good AoE loadout with channeled moves on. It also makes it really easy to build a good single target loadout with that, though. If you just want to stand here and like burn a hole through somebody's head, this is the way to go. Oh yeah, there we go.
Your vigor disgusts me.
Yeah, Black Hand. He's going to give you the 8 marks. You'll get a large treasure chest,
The light blinds me.
which is awesome. There we go. Set him on fire, set him on fire, set him on fire. And he also has a counter feat associated with him. That means you kill X of them, you get points. Yeah. Usually, there'll be a couple lower level ones, like, kill 1, we'll kill 5, we'll kill 10, 25, 50. Somewhere in the middle it'll go to a 2-point feat. Somewhere after that, it usually goes up to a 3-point feat. But, nice stuff. A little bit of something to look forward to there if you're grinding them, especially if you're trying to get a video of you engaging in the fisticuffs with him without getting Donnybrooke. whatever the kids say these days. Pretty sure no one's kid is saying that, not unless they came here from a time portal from 1893. I expect a child like that to have a better mustache than I do, to be frank. Alright. Well, now I'm going to make you guys sit here and watch the screen while I save my video, but I think that's going to be the stream. So, thanks again. You guys have been fun. If you rewatch this later, that's how it's done. Stay safe.